What is up, you guys? It is your boy PrettyBoyFloyd here, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about how to get a more defined face, how to get your facial structure to be popping, and I'm going to be telling you guys how I went through my transformation. I'm going to be showing some pictures, some videos in comparison. A couple of you guys have noticed in the past and have brought it up in the comments section. A lot of you guys asked me, did I do any exercises, facial exercise or anything like that. I've actually did a video on my I guess like my face transformation, and the way I achieve this is actually by losing body fat. If you go through YouTube and if you search up like how to lose face fat or like how to get rid of chubby cheeks or how to have a more defined face, a lot of times they're going to like exercise that you could do or use jaw exercise, which is like, to me, it's kind of counterproductive to use jaw exercise. I think for some people it is, especially for me. My face shape, my jaw is already pretty wide, and if I was to use jaw exercise and to like cause my jaw muscle to grow on the side, my face I think would look even more rounded, or like it would look like a fucking box. So I don't understand. I mean, I can understand why people think, like working out your face will make it more defined, but so just to show you guys, I don't do any facial exercise or anything like that. I just simply lose body fat. And what that does is when you lose body fat, it shows the muscles in your face more, and the muscles in your face become more prominent. So as you can see, I am biting down, and you can see the striations of my master muscles on my jaw. So you don't need to do any facial exercise or anything like that unless your diet consists of 100% soft food. You should have some type of jaw development. So yeah, as you can see here, your jaw muscles pop out more, your jawline looks more prominent. The line in your jaw is a lot more visible. It's yeah. You just gotta get shredded, bro. In actuality, is losing body fat will make it more defined. Just how people think that working your abs will make your abs pop out more, but if your diet isn't in check and if you're not losing body fat, you're not gonna see your abs. So just like your face, and just like anywhere else in your body, if you have like man boobs, if you have, a fat stomach and you can't see your abs, if you have fat on your arms, you're not gonna get that tone defined look if you have body fat on. And I've gone through plenty of weight loss cycles. I like to call them cycles because I usually started near the summer, so like when I take off my shirt, or whatever. I don't like to call it a bulking season, but I like to call it a building season. I'm in a slight caloric surplus, so like my body fat is like at a minimum. I can still see my abs year round. To be honest, I mean, I'm usually pretty shredded year round, honestly. I can still see my obliques still, my external obliques, and my striatus, or the boxer muscles. I can still see those year round. Even during my quote unquote bulking season, I don't really bulk like that. Like I add maybe like 5 to 10 pounds and then I cut back down. There has actually been one season or one cycle where I did go up 20 pounds, and that was like the highest I've ever been was 160. My cutting weight, or my fighting weight, my shredded weight is around 140. So I went from 160 to 140 in about 4 or 5 months. And the way I've done this is just through caloric restriction. So I'm just gonna show some comparisons of what I looked like when I was 160 pounds. I'll give you guys like a side view, and I'll also give you a side view of what I looked like when I was 140 pounds. And I'm just gonna show you guys like through like YouTube videos what I've looked like at 160 pounds and back at 140 pounds. Even when I gained 20 pounds, I still kept my abs, but I did gain a lot of strength too. And that strength is actually, I didn't lose any strength that cut last year. This year I kind of did, and that's the goal of like, bodybuilding. It's, build up the body, shred it back down. It's not all about, how low a weight that you can go. It's about like how much muscle can you maintain and what you look like, on stage, or what you look like shredded, really. So all of our work is done during the building season, and then we cut back down. and then we show off our work. FYM, if it's your macros, you're counting macros. I mainly count calories. I find that this has worked for me, and that's not to say since this has worked for me, it's gonna work for you. Fitness is not a one-size-fits-all kind of thing. You can click this button right here, up here, this eye right there, that will lead you to a video as to 5 reasons why you cannot get abs. I think it's 5 reasons, I don't know, but I'm giving you reasons of why you would never get abs. So I'm just gonna show you guys like a little comparison, and especially me, once you start recording videos and putting them on YouTube, you are so hard on yourself, you would not believe it. If you don't believe me, start a YouTube channel and just like start looking at your, just start a YouTube channel, start editing your own videos, and you start nitpicking at little features of yourself, like I need to get that fixed, that doesn't look good. You just really start nitpicking at yourself. I kind of found an advantage to that because I've noticed throughout the years, I have this series on my channel called Road to Cheekbones, and basically all that means is like I'm just slimming down the face, making the cheekbones pop more. I'll like leave little clips in there from like my future self. It's weird. Like I'll leave little clips in there and like I'll look to the side or whatever, like just to give myself like a check, like like what am I looking like what's the cheekbones looking like, what's the jaw looking like, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of weird, but I don't know if you guys have noticed it, but maybe you guys might notice it more now though. But I like purposefully like leave little progress clips of myself in my videos, just so I can be like, oh, so that's what I look like currently at this body weight. And I knew that like I would make a video like this in the future where like I would look at my progress through like these cycles of dieting, like how has my face changed, like what has popped out more. My more recent video actually that I shot with my girlfriend, she's noticed it and I like pointed it out too, but my jaw's gotten more defined, like it's not as like, how should I say, like it pops out more, the line is more prominent there, the light pops off my cheekbone more. So yeah, through these cycles of dieting, that's literally like how I'm doing it. So the photo that's actually on a thumbnail, that I'm gonna put on a thumbnail, I think that was like the leanest, and that's like when I started noticing, I was like, damn, my cheekbones are really popping, or like, damn, I didn't realize how much like fat came off of my face. I just remember like looking at the photo like, damn, like I did that shit. And I got down to 138 that day. I think it was around 137, 138, something like that day. And I got down to that, and like after that shoot, I was like, like I'm zooming, I'm like, holy shit, like that's crazy. Looking at my other pictures, and this is like kind of like a 3/4 profile, side profile look, and I was just like, shit, I've come a long way. like face wise, like it's definitely come a long way. But yeah, I didn't do any sort of exercises to my face or anything like that. Like I know that working a muscle in a specific area is not gonna burn fat, the only way to get a more defined anything, like more defined stomach, chest, arms, is to lose body fat. And of course some resistance training, like if you do have to have a foundation, of course. I mean, because if you never worked out a day in your life, I mean, if you strip down, like you're not gonna see anything. So I can understand when I do understand the whole jaw exercise thing, like when people try to build up that muscle, but I feel like if your diet isn't like 100% soft foods, you're gonna have some kind of defined jaw. Your jaw just isn't as prominent, or it doesn't pop out as much because there's body fat right there. And a lot of people have different body fat distributions. You'll notice like everybody has like a problem area, and that problem area is usually where the body likes to store the most body fat at. Like ask anybody and you're probably gonna get like 10 different places, or like not 10 different places, but you're probably gonna get people saying different places on their body is like the most stubborn, or like they feel like they hold the most fat, you know. So people are gonna be like, oh, like I have a real, you know, I have a spare tire around my waist. Oh, I hold a lot of fat like in my thighs. Like I hold a lot of fat in my arms, hold a lot of fat in my neck, hold a lot of fat in my cheek area, my face. I hold a lot of, you know, I have man boobs, I hold a lot of fat in my chest. Like everybody has a different body fat distribution. And an interesting thing, what you'll find out is that when you start losing weight, that area that you're most concerned about, usually like you're not gonna see results in that area. At least the first few, you know, times, like so during the first few weeks of the diet, what you'll notice is that like you might like drop 5 pounds, and let's say like your problem area is the chest, and you have like a lot of fat like in your chest or whatever, you know, and you're looking at yourself and you're like, man, I don't see a difference. Like I already lost 5 pounds, or let's say you lost like 10 pounds. It's like, I don't see a difference. Like what's going on? The thing is, the way that your body fat distribution is and the way that it's set up is that it likes to store more fat on your chest, or for me, it likes to store more fat like on my face. So I'm not gonna see the results where my body stores the most fat at. Where I'm gonna see the results is where I'm already lean at. So like my forearms are a pretty lean body part of mine. So my forearms are a pretty lean body part of mine. Like a lot of people like to make fun of me and say like, oh, like, you know, like my arms look like shark skin or something, like, cause you can see like right through them. And like when I, you know, move my fingers, like I know like that's, you know, like you can see the fucking muscles moving right there, you know. So my forearms are very lean body parts, so I know that that's like where I'm going to see the first sign of results at. So like my veins will start popping out more, I'll start to see more veins, my veins look more prominent, and my arms really just isn't a problem area for me. I've always had lean arms. So I know the first place to look for body fat loss is going to be in my arms. My deltoids look more capped. Whatever that muscle is called, that circle right here in the middle of my bicep starts to pop out. I know that that's the first place to look for results at. Not necessarily in my face, but I know that everywhere else, even my abs, like, you know, like I don't have a problem area with that. Most people do, but I typically don't. Is that like I start to look at my abs, I'm just like, okay, do I see more obliques coming through? So yeah, it's not that you aren't losing body fat. Your body just sees that kind of like as like the last place to take body fat from, you know. So we all have like a different genetic makeup in our bodies decide to burn more fat off of one place than the other. And it's not necessarily like, okay, I'm gonna take body fat off the arms, now the legs, now the neck, now the chest. No, it's I'm gonna take a little bit, you know, off the legs, a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit there, a little bit there, a little bit here, a little bit there. It's just that genetically, your body just tends to store more body fat in that specific area. So it's not necessarily that the body is just taking body fat from that specific area, but what it's doing, it's just taking body fat from everywhere. It's just taking it from everywhere, but it might not take as much body fat from that specific area as you want it to. You know, the body, it's like, it's not perfect, you know. That's where we get the mistake from, like it's not perfect. So here's something that I've heard, I don't know if it's true or not, but I do like this analogy, and I'll actually post a picture of like what I'm talking about, like when your body starts to lose fat. Basically, when your body starts taking, like, let's say like all the fat from your arms, then it goes to your chest, then it goes to your legs, and this and that. And I'm not saying like take all the body fat off, now there's 0% body fat. No, I'm just saying it's just taking a little bit from here, and you know, a little bit from there, a little bit from here, a little bit from there. I don't know, like 200 grams from your arms, but when it comes to your face, it's only gonna take like 50 grams of like body fat. And you know, it's just gonna do that all over. So the thing is, you are losing body fat, but what you're gonna see it at the most is the parts that you're already lean at, you know. So look at those areas that you're already pretty lean at and see if you see any difference there. Like I said, I'm gonna post a little picture, found it on Instagram. I don't know the guy's name, but I'm gonna tag his name in there. This is a pretty good demonstration of what body fat are, like how your body takes away body fat. Like when one reservoir is a little bit full, like I don't know, it looks like some like sink or something. I don't know, I'm gonna just put it right here. But it's a pretty good analogy. Another analogy that I like is the paper towel analogy, and I think I've said this before in a previous video, but basically losing body fat is like tearing off a piece of paper towel every day. And you know, like you take a piece of, like a sheet of paper towel off the roll and it's just like, okay, I don't see a difference. But like 30 days go by and you take one sheet of paper towel off a day and it's like, wow, okay, that's a pretty big difference right there. So when you're going through this and you're looking at yourself constantly every day at the mirror, you're not gonna see it. The only times that you're gonna see it is like towards like the end, like 10 pounds down, and like you look at an old video of yourself and like, dang, did it really look like that? You know, like you need some comparison, and that's why I made this video, and that's why I did those certain things, because I needed to like compare. You know, I knew that I wasn't gonna see results looking at the mirror every day. I don't know, it's just what the mind does, like the mind just plays tricks on you kind of thing. I think the best thing to do is just take progress pictures, or just, you know, like casually like shoot like an Instagram video or just a video of yourself doing something, and like, you know, just record and document your journey so that you can look back at it. And I mean, just for the purpose of like seeing like, oh shit, that's what they look like. Wow, I really did, you know, I really did lose like a lot of body fat. Another thing that you can do is measurements. If like your problem area is your stomach, looking in the mirror, like visually, like your eyes might not see results. Sometimes they do, but most of the times looking at it every day, you're not really gonna see that. So what I like to do is I like to take a tape measure, measure around my waist. Like you can do this weekly, you can do this monthly. If you really just wanna see like objectively like is your waist like really getting smaller, then do that. Another thing with the waist is that people, you know, like try on like a pair of pants. There's not really any way that you can do it for the face. With the face, like I said, progress pictures, taking casual videos of yourself. You got a YouTube channel like me, like, you know, like, I mean, that's just what I did. I took advantage of that, and I was just like, I'm just gonna, you know, sing a little side profile in there, here and there, and like, you know, like make a little video in the future about it. And yeah, and I mean, that's the biggest thing. I mean, that's it. I mean, this video could have ended in like 10 seconds of me just saying lose body fat and be in a caloric deficit, but I wanted to make a nice YouTube video and I wanted to explain myself a little bit more. But yeah, I'm not sure if there's anything else. I said that's what's worked for me. It's being in a caloric deficit, tracking my calories, making sure I had enough protein, doing resistance training, and yeah, I mean, you know, and I think like it just, like your face just gets more defined with each cycle of body fat. As long as your bulks aren't like a dirty bulk and you're just going crazy and you're like, you know, going up a little bit, trying to keep fat gain to a minimum and then shredding down, I think it's possible for anybody to get a more defined face. And I mean, I'm walking testament for that, you know, and just looking at pictures and everything like that. I remember the first time I actually like, you know, like saw my face, I was like, dang, my face looking a little bit chubby, you know. But what I did though, when I first started off, you know, I'm researching like how to get rid of face fat, yada yada yada, and you know, good thing I came across like some good information, some valid information, and not, you know, doing facial exercise or anything like that. But somebody said like you had to lose body fat, you know. You lose body fat, you get chiseled everywhere, not just, you know, your abs and your legs, just everywhere gets chiseled, even your face. So I remember the first time I dieted, I did a crash diet. If you guys have never heard of the military diet, I did that the first time. It's like lose 10 pounds in 3 days, and I did that, and I'm telling a little story for you guys if you guys so I lost 10 pounds in 3 days, and I was in college or whatever. So I went from like 150 to like 140, and I remember I did that during the summer, and I came back like, you know, and you know, going to college, going out or whatever and whatnot, and people were like, you know, like, did you get a facelift or something? Like you look different, like, you know, like you look younger, you know, and everything like that. And you know, and it's just the compliments really, like people will notice, you know, like people around you will start to notice like that, you know, like your face is getting more defined, or like you're changing your face a little bit. And this is like throughout the years I found that that I could do that just through dieting and losing off the body fat. And I'm not saying that the crash diet is the right way. It's not. I found like, no, crash diet is not the way to go, because after that crash diet your appetite skyrockets, and then you just end up gaining all the weight back, and most of it's just water weight, so it comes back in like a day or two and you're back up to like your original weight. But I do think me doing that, although yes it was a mistake, and although no, that's not the right way to go about it, it did show me that like, okay, so it's a body, like it's a body fat thing, like it's, you know, and I'm not saying like all that was body fat. I'm not saying that all that was body fat from the crash diet. You know, a lot of people say, you know, it's water, it's, you know, this or that, that's why you're losing it so fast, like the body's not gonna let go of fat that fast. But it's like, you know, even water, like water looks like fat. Like you know, I've gained weight on a cheat day, and like I've lost like 5 pounds the next day, like after the cheat day, by like, you know, like going back to, you know, eating in a caloric deficit. And water looks like fat, you know, it really does. And but I'm getting off track. But what I'm saying is that that's how I found, that's how like what started me. I'm like, people are starting to see a change, me like doing that, you know, and like I just became obsessed with like losing weight and losing body fat and stuff like that. And yeah, you know, you guys can go follow me on my Instagram. There I like to do little, you know, photo shoots and stuff like that, you know, with my shirt off and whatnot. And you know, I'm still doing the series Road to Cheekbones, but I want to give you guys an update, and especially since COVID-19 fucked me up and I'm not doing a competition anymore, but I still wanted to kind of like end the series on a good note and give you guys a nice little video of your boy's progress and whatnot. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope I have inspired you guys to go out there, change yourself for the better, and you know, hopefully this makes you like look better. And you know, I just hope to help you guys out. Anyways, I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.